Today, I want to show you a technique for using Omni-Reference to combine a character with elements like objects and outfits. We'll start with a basic example. I want to create an image where this girl is holding the unicorn as a stuffed animal. The first step is to create a simple collage using Midjourney's editor. In the editor, I've added both images. You can see we have one image per layer, and I'll just rearrange the images here and make the canvas a bit wider. Next, you want to click Download Image. This will save what we have in the canvas here as a PNG with transparency. So we don't need to run a prompt, we're just using the editor to create a collage. And now we're going to use the collage image as an Omni-Reference. On the Create page, I'll add the image to the Omni-Reference box. And for the prompt, we want to make sure that we describe both the girl and the unicorn. We'll keep it simple for this one and just say a girl with braided pigtails holding a blue unicorn stuffed animal. I'm also going to use this image as a style reference. This is the same style reference that I used to create the image of the girl. I only want it to have a subtle influence though, so I'm setting the style weight to 15. If you want to learn more about style references, I just released an updated complete guide here on YouTube, so be sure to check that out. Here is the first set of results that I got, and this image here really nailed the details on the unicorn. Then I tried a couple of other prompts to get her to smile, have the same yellow sweater, and change the overall scene. Next, let's do a clothing example and combine this guy with a very fashionable fluffy coat. Here's my collage that I created in the editor. For the first prompt, I described the man's key features and the coat or jacket as being fluffy and having a geometric pattern. And impressively, Midjourney did a great job at getting that geometric pattern right on the coat and many of his overall features. The image of him that I used in the collage is a close-up portrait, and generally with Omni-Reference, this means that the results are more likely to also be close-up portraits, unless you tell Midjourney to do otherwise. So let me show you a way to modify your prompt to place him farther away from the camera. First, I added full body to the beginning, but that is likely not going to be enough to get Midjourney to listen because our Omni-Reference shows a portrait image. So I've also added in that he's wearing black pants. This is much harder for Midjourney to ignore compared to just adding full body, so now we get kind of a medium shot. And if I add in that he's also wearing boots, I finally get a full body image of him. So sometimes you need to be more descriptive for Midjourney to better understand what you want, and including additional clothing items like this can be really helpful. And now that we have the man combined with the coat, we can pick one of those images to use as an Omni-Reference in future prompts, placing him in different scenes. So you don't have to keep using the collage as the Omni-Reference, you can just pick one of the results that you like and use that instead. For the final example, I want to show you how to combine more than one item with a character. Here's my collage for the Omni-Reference. I want this woman to wear the black armor outfit and hold the sword. This outfit originally came from this image, and when I was building the collage, I just erased the woman's head before downloading the final image. For my first attempt, I started really simple, prompting for a woman standing, wearing a black armor suit, and holding a sword. And this was one of the results. So we're off to a pretty good start. The suit details actually match really well, the sword isn't bad either, but I wanted the results to be in the same style that we see in my original character image, so more of a flatter illustration style. So I added illustration to the beginning of the prompt, included a background scene. Then I added the two SREF codes that I actually used to create the original character image, but at a lower style weight of 25. For this prompt, I also included raw mode just to help with prompt adherence, although this particular prompt works well without it too. The image that you see here is from one of the first jobs that I ran, and just for transparency, here is what the full grid looked like. So not every result is going to be perfect. They all did a pretty good job with her suit. The sword only came through really well in one image, and overall her face is pretty similar to the reference, but there's definitely some variation in there. I highly recommend you check out my main Omni-Reference video as well as the one on using OREF with different facial expressions for some more tips on getting results that look more similar to your reference. And one more tip, once you get an image that you like, you can also create variations of that image by clicking very subtle or very strong. I used very strong to get these results, and then I used this image as an Omni-Reference in a new prompt to place her on top of a building with dark, moody skies. So try out this collage method and let me know what you think. This video topic actually started off as a tutorial that I shared over on Patreon. Omni-Reference will continue to evolve, and hopefully someday we'll be able to provide multiple Omni-References, but until then, the collage method is a great workaround. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking, subscribing, and maybe even joining my Patreon community where you'll find all of my monthly prompt collections, exclusive videos, and other Midjourney guides. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.